So this actually gives me one more point to my concealer category. So I've got 3 points in that category, and that isn't a no buy category. How many times can you say category? Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm bringing you the 7th update for my Trash Talk series. This is my quarter 3 2025 Trash Talk, where we discuss my empties, my purchases, and my low and no buy. If you're more interested in something over the rest, check out the chapters in the description and you should be able to jump straight to that section. But let's jump in here with the products that I have used up. First up, we have 2 products that don't give any points to my Trash Talk beauty bank, and those are these 2 lots of cotton rounds. So I have the Whispers one as well as the Beauty Essentials one. So these 2 are empty, and I can now put these packages in the rubbish bin. Then we have the Superstay 24-Hour Concealer by Maybelline. I don't know how much windowing you can see to how much is outdone in this package. When I hold it up to the light, there is basically nothing in here except for a tiny little bit caught down here in the bottom. I did remove the stopper, and this is what it is currently looking like. And this is really not giving me much. Like, there's a tiny bit, but it's very dry, and I am wearing it on my under eyes today, but this, it wasn't super nice to wear, so I've decided to call it quits. With that tiny little bit at the bottom, I could potentially find a scraper to get it out of there, but I figured I have got more than my money's worth out of this product, and I'm happy to finish it up here and chuck it in my empties bin. So this gives me one more point to my concealer category. So that brings me to a total of 3 points. I'm definitely making my way through my concealers, but I've still got plenty in my collection. So at this point, I don't really have to buy any new ones. Then I actually have an eyeshadow. So this is a liquid eyeshadow. It's by the brand Pudera, and it is the Diamond and Metal eyeshadow in the shade number 8. I've also did take the stopper out, but I've put it back in there. And as you can see, there really isn't anything at all left in this product. This was finished up in one of my projects, and I'm having a hard time right now remembering which one, so I'll put it up in the cards and link it down in the description. But I am very pleased to have this done, dusted, and out of my collection. Then we have another lip product. This is a lip balm from Kmart. The packaging is definitely busted, and as you can see, I have used it down as much as I can. I could potentially dig out what I've got left in here, but as I've said before, I've got that many lip products in my collection that it is just not worth the time and effort that would take me. I'm happy with the amount of use I got out of this. I definitely feel like I've got my money's worth of it, so this is another empty. And that brings me another point to my lip product category, which is a category I definitely need to consider, because all my lip products, that includes my balms, my bullet lipsticks, my cream lipsticks, all of those lip products go to that one category. It is a no-buy category, but I've currently got 6 points sitting there, and majority of those are probably from lip balms, but I'm then going to be able to use them on whatever products I wish to once my no buy is removed. And considering the amount of liquid lipsticks and bullet lipsticks I have in my collection, I am tossing up the idea of actually breaking that category down further. Let me know down in the description what you would like to see me do with that category. And then we have a setting spray. So this is the Barry M Fresh Face Matte Setting Spray. I actually quite enjoyed this setting spray and I was happy to have it in my collection. Now it is done. That means I only have one other setting spray, which I have started using. It's another Barry M one in my collection. Though I do have 5 setting spray points. So stay tuned for when we talk about my purchases to see what I've done there. But this one is another empty. And then I am absolutely shocked to say that I have 2 perfume empties. First up, we have the Juicy Contour perfume. You will know this from my Leave the Hive in 25 project. I'll have that linked up in the cards and down in the description. And this one took me quite a while to work through. It is quite a large bottle of perfume and I was super pleased to get this one completed. After I completed that, I actually moved on to this Estee Lauder Pleasures perfume. To be clear, neither of these perfumes were 100% full, but I am pleased to say I have now finished this one up as well. So that is 2 perfumes out of my collection. Perfumes are also a no-buy category, and I currently have a total of 6 points in that category, which definitely shows I'm working my way through my perfume collection, though I do feel I'm going to be on a no-buy for this one for quite a while. So those are all my empties for this quarter. I'm going to move slightly over here. So up on the screen here, you will see a comparison of what my points looked like last month, plus then the introduction of my points coming in, so the products going out. You'll see any additions come up here. Just a reminder, my makeup remover category is on a -1 because I bought a new makeup remover last update while I still had 1 in my collection. I also haven't yet finished the one I have in my collection, though as you can see, there isn't very much left. So definitely this will be completed by next Trash Talk video. And those are the products I'm currently tossing up what to do with next. The products that are reaching the point that they are no longer a problem category, and I'm really kind of looking to do an 1 in, 1 out style system. Let me know down in the comments what you would like to see me do with those products. Do I put a 2 backups limit on that product? Or do we go with a 1 in, 1 out system? Or is it just an exemption category that I don't track? I'm very interested to hear your thoughts and feelings on the subject, so definitely let me know down below. But now moving on to my purchases. We have made a few purchases this update. Just a reminder, I had also used one of my exemption products last quarter. And a little bit of a spoiler alert, we're probably going to use the rest of them this quarter. But first up, the first item I brought in was actually a brow gel. So this is the OXX Cosmetics Clear Brow Gel. If you've been following along with me for a while, you'll know that the only brow gel that I currently have in my collection is the Mod Brow Gel, which is also part of my Leave the Hive in 25 project. This one is on death's door, but it is still kicking. Though to be honest, I didn't think it would make it to this update, and yet it is still here. But either way, I do need to replace it. So I have brought in this brow gel. However, my brow product category currently has nothing in it. I have no points. And similar to my lip product category, brow products actually include all brow products, not just my brow gels. So do I look at splitting this category up into more concise categories as well? What do I do with my brow gels, which are really heading to that one in, one out structure? Like, what do I do? How do I make this work? I think before those decisions are made, what I'm going to do for this update specifically is I'm going to put the brow product category into the minus. So we will be at -2 points, similar to what I'm currently doing with my makeup remover category. So my brow product category will now be in the minus. Then I had a bit of an oopsies. I went to Priceline while they were having a sale to get a setting spray, and somehow I ended up with all of these. So let's discuss the setting spray I did bring into my collection first. This is the Revolution Ceramide Fix Skin Protect Fixing Spray. It is only a small one, but as you know, I do have 5 points in that beauty category. So this takes away 2 points from there, and that means I have this setting spray plus the one I'm currently using left in my collection. So that is all well and good and does no negative effects on my beauty bank. These are my problems. I got them all for very good deals, and that is definitely not the issue. And the fact that I got them for really good deals and they're pretty awesome, I don't have any regrets there. But my regrets do kind of come from the fact that these definitely go against my beauty bank and my low buy, which means I do have to use them as exemption products, using up the last 4 exemptions I have. So let's first start with the 2 colored nail polishes. I definitely don't need nail polishes, and if you've been watching for a while, you know that I have not painted my nails even once for this entire year, and we are literally in September. So why, if that's the case, do I need more colored nail polish? 1, I got these for super cheap, and 2, look how pretty these colors are. I love the little dusty blue and the dusty green. I am very happy with having these in my collection, but that does mean they're going to have to be exemptions. So these 2 polishes will be my next 2 exemptions. Now, if you've recently watched my deck of panning video from last week, I'll have that linked up in the cards and down in the description. You know that I've decided to try to give myself some accountability when it comes to painting my nails. And over the next 5 weeks, I'm going to paint my nails every Sunday, and I'm going to post about it on my Instagram. After those 5 weeks, I'm going to decide whether I'm going to continue this process or we're going to change it up, or if I am now cured from my lack of doing my nails. But definitely check out my Instagram every Sunday. So that's Sunday here in Australia. But check out my Instagram. And if you haven't seen a nail polish photo over the next 5 weeks, let me know, because maybe I'm slipping and need to be called out for that. But like I said, these are 2 more exemptions, so I'll be sitting at 3 exemptions so far. Then I have this purple eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Tattoo Liner in the shade Lavender Lights. It is this gorgeous purple shade. I have a tattoo liner eyeliner in a green shade, so I thought, oh, look at this color. I really need a purple eyeliner. I just needed it, obviously. But because eyeliners are in fact a no-buy item and I haven't used any up this year, this will be another exemption. So that's my fourth exemption for the year. We are not doing well, but at the same time, this is the point of the exemption products. I guess I just didn't think that I would end up using the last four exemptions I have all in one update. So that brings me to the final product I've brought in to my collection, and this is a lip product. So this is the Balm's Meet Matte Hues lip product in the shade Charming. That is what it looks like right here. I think this is a liquid lipstick. Yes, it is. So it is a balm liquid lipstick. And to be honest, I have one product so far from the balm, but it is such a renowned product. It's talked about all the time that I just had to try another product. And like I said, this was on a super sale. I literally got it for like $8, and these are normally like $20 to $30. So I was super happy with the deal, but did I need another liquid lipstick? Definitely 100% no. So this will be my fifth and final exemption for this year. So I guess the question is, do I have any regrets about those purchases? And the answer is both yes and no. I don't regret having those in my collection, but I do regret using up all of my exemptions and I guess the negatives that I've gone into on my beauty bank. But I think in consideration to what I was like a couple years ago and the extreme amount of products I was bringing into my collection, these are definitely low numbers, and I should be proud of the fact that I have curbed my spending and also curbed the number of products coming into my collection. So once again, over here, you'll see what this means for my tallies, my beauty bank now. As you can see, my brow products have gone into the minuses, and I have used 2 points from my setting sprays, and the exemption products are done and dusted. Quarter 3 is really about the time I start considering what I want to do in the new year. You know, we're in September, so 2026 is just looming over the horizon. So where am I going to take this no/low buy, this trash talk series into the future? I'm definitely in the process of considering the future success, the future direction of my channel and these video series, this video content. But I am definitely leaning more towards a more regular schedule rather than going with the current quarterly updates that I'm doing. Is that something you would want to see? Do you want to see a trash talk video once a month? As you can see by the amount of ins and outs I have, I don't seem to work my way through many products. So these videos would be a lot shorter. But is that what you want? The regularity of a monthly video, a bit more discussion about my usage and my use up habits, maybe even my purchasing habits. What is it that you would want to see from these trash talk videos in the future? Let me know down in the comments. But until next time, I'm Verity. This was the 7th update for my trash talk series, and now to the outro.